that was a little improvisation. This and the last show, just talking about sounds, talking about techniques, all sorts of different things. A little bit of a potpourri kind of a clinic session here. Little bits of everything. Tidbits, smorgasbord. But that little bit of an improvisation draws from people like Stravinsky with Le Sacre du Printemps, The Rite of Spring, one of the greatest pieces of classical music ever written, where he strung together a whole bevy of Russian folk melodies. Some were in 5, some were in 7, some were in different time signatures, 3/4 against 4/4 and all this. But what strung it through was the melody, the sense of melody. Now, I could play different things. And one little technique, I'll go straight to drums here. I put in 3 bass drum hits, 1, 2, 3, and I treat that as if it's a 4-stroke rough. Now, a 4-stroke rough is this, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you get that kind of thing there. So you get like that. So most of us know that as that, but I'm not doing that. What I'm doing is so it gives us a chance to get to the next drum. See there. On a pure practical level. Now, for this, I've got the mallet ends of my multi-sticks. I'm using ProMark SD7s here. And I really am thinking Stravinsky's Russian, his use of standard folk Russian melodies, because that's what I was trying to do there. And the little right, left, right with the feet was getting me to the different things, right? See? There's something there. It just gives me that second of breathing space. Now, when we're talking about things like breathing spaces to get from this side of the kit to that side of the kit and all this sort of business, what happens is that when you're playing things like this, you just need that quaver, semi-quaver bit of space. And sometimes you could almost think like a horn player. At some point, he has to take a breath, you see. So there's a term called hocketing, where you swap from, say, trumpet 1 to trumpet 2, trumpet back to trumpet 1, trumpet 2, so they can just take a breath to do the next phrase. We drummers can keep on playing and breathe at the same time, so can guitarists and piano players. But, spare a thought for the wind player who has to try not to turn blue, that kind of thing. He's got to take a breath at some point. So some of these little breathing spaces can be found in different kinds of areas, because what happens is, a couple of episodes ago, I try and keep some kind of continuity to these episodes, is the fact that I was talking about a good old flam tap. Now, if you do a flam and then a tap, see the lift of the stick? There's your breathing space to get to the next drum. And that's an etude within itself, isn't it? That's wonderful stuff there. So what you can do is so there's something here, breathing spaces, like using your bass drum to give your hands time to get to different places and all that. Some of the things about breathing spaces is things like a cymbal on one side, cymbal on the other, and basically using the wrong tool for the job sort of thing. The difference between a spanner and a hammer. You see, because you might be playing a rock beat, your right hand's going to fall off. Why not do this? See? Now what I did there was breathing space with my hands because if you notice my drum kit, I've got my right side cymbals and my left side cymbals. I don't actually have cymbals in the middle, although many of my favourite drummers do. I'm not saying it's wrong, but what it is because I love my paradiddles, right side to left side. It's what I do a lot of. And there's that again. If I just played a rock beat. You see? Now, Terry Bozzio finished his Melbourne concert in 1998. I do believe that was the last time he was in Australia, with exactly that kind of playing. It's called the paradiddle pyramid, where you have right side to left side. So you've got a paradiddle, right, left, double, triple, back to double, single. Change it to cymbals. I think you're getting the idea. Does that make sense? I've got to wrap up the show. I have 1 minute left on the tape. So this is what you could do. Right. See, so my name is Quinlan. And this is the Drum Show. Hope you've enjoyed what I've been talking about, which is more to do with breathing space more than anything else. So, this is the Drum Show. My name is Chris Quinlan, and I will see you next week. Take care. Woo! Did I make it? I did. The perils of a 1 hour tape.